Did you know that ignoring your brand is actually costing you business? In this video, I'm going to talk about branding your business and why branding matters for the success of your business. Hey, my name is Luke Seavers with 19 Pro. I'm a brand designer and brand strategist. If you want to get more tips for business, marketing, and design, be sure and hit that subscribe button below. But let's get into it. If you're ignoring your brand, it's actually costing you business, and here's why. So for a lot of you, the extent of the branding that you've done for your business is just a $5 logo design that you got maybe on Fiverr or Upwork. Now, branding is so much bigger than this. Branding is not a logo design, but let's talk about your logo for a moment. A logo design is basically the face of your company. And for many of you, you're showing up to this networking event, this fancy dinner party, whatever it is, with your hair kind of all messy, like you just hopped out of bed. Maybe you're unshaven. Maybe you got some spinach stuck in your teeth.
What the? How long has that been there?
Hopefully you would never show up like this in real life. But for many of you who haven't put much thought into your logo design, let alone your entire brand, this is how you are showing up when you are marketing your business. But the fact is that a logo design is really just a very small piece of your overall brand strategy. And my guess is that if you've ignored even this small piece of your branding, you probably don't even know what your brand strategy is. To give a quick definition of branding, it's basically influencing people's gut feeling about your company. And the end result of this is getting people to know, like, and trust you. And this can be affected by a lot of things, like your culture, your tone of voice, your brand message, and even your aesthetics. The results of good branding is not just having a pretty logo design. Branding can actually affect your bottom line. I'm going to share 3 different ways why branding is actually a tool to help you grow your business. And in the end, hopefully you'll see why you need to focus on your brand. When you build a strong brand, competition won't even matter. And what we want to do is carve out a blue ocean for your business. Now in marketing speak, we have 2 categories, your blue ocean and your red ocean. Now the red ocean is basically bloodied up because you have all the sharks who are just fighting for their customers' attention. That's not where you want to be because it's just oversaturated.
I am a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine.
One of the things that branding accomplishes is positioning your company in the marketplace. If you've ever heard the phrase, the riches are in the niches, this is one way that we can carve out a blue ocean for your company to where the competition is very minimal because no one offers quite what you offer and no one does it quite in the way that you do it. The other side of this equation really goes back to that know, like, and trust factor. When you've built a strong brand, you're able to create brand loyalty. And so people don't even worry about the competition anymore because all they want is you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just ask any owner of a Honda. My father-in-law is one of these Honda enthusiasts and he swears by them. To him, they're the very best vehicle you can possibly buy. Now, whether that's true or not is really irrelevant. To him, they are the best, and to many people, they are the best. Branding helps to accomplish this sort of loyalty towards your company to where the competition doesn't even matter. Number 2, when you brand your business well, you can charge more. Now, when you think about positioning and finding your competitive advantage, pricing really is not usually the best way to go. And that's because anyone can come along and undercut you. One thing you have to realize is that pricing is very relative. And that's because different people can place different values on different things. Value is essentially perceived. And I can give an example right within my own industry. You have people who are charging $5 for what they call branding, whereas other people are charging $10,000 for branding. Now, of course, I would hope that the $10,000 version comes with a little bit more than the $5 version, but still, that's a pretty big difference. And with that, it's time for a quick commercial break.
For those fortunate few who do not know, pet rocks have been adopted and pampered by owners who claim stones are cleaner, quieter, easier to care for than other pets.
It still boggles my mind to this day that this person sold a rock. This is something that people can literally just go in the backyard and pick off the ground. But people were paying about $3 or $4 for this thing. And that's because just by making a few changes here and there, they increased the perceived value of this rock. The pet rock came with a little carrier and a little instruction guide on how to train your pet rock, and people thought it was hilarious. And so in the end, this person was not selling a rock, they were selling humor, they were selling entertainment. And this is something that a lot of entrepreneurs tend to forget, is that people are not buying these features, people are buying that end result. And this is what branding is going to help you communicate. If I'm selling a product and I bring the price to you and you say, oh, that's too expensive, the truth is that thing is not necessarily too expensive. The fact is that you do not place enough value on that thing to pay that amount for it. And if that's the case, I've failed to do one of two things. I've either failed to really add enough value in that product to merit the price that I'm asking for, or I failed to communicate the true value that I'm actually offering. I might be communicating that I'm selling a rock, but what the customer really cares about is the entertainment. So branding is a tool that helps you communicate the true value that you are providing for your customer, how you're solving their problems. And this is done through the way you present yourself, through your aesthetics, but also your message and the way you communicate to your customer. And if your message resonates with your customer to where they know that you're going to solve their problem, people are willing to pay just about anything for that. Point number 3, when you've done a good job branding your business, selling becomes easy and even unnecessary. As I like to say, you have to sell hard because you have poor marketing. You have to market hard because you have poor branding. But when you have a great brand, selling and marketing become easy. Now, if a brand is a person's gut feeling about your product or service, then yes, selling and marketing can work to enhance your brand. But without a good brand, it's very difficult to have effective marketing, and it's even harder to do good sales. Branding essentially does the selling for you. So when you built up a strong brand, you start to build up brand equity and brand recognition to the point to where people know, like, and trust you so much that you don't have to convince them to buy. When Apple releases a new iPhone, do you really think they have to do a lot of convincing to get people to buy it? No, they've built a strong enough brand to where they just have to let people know when it's coming out, maybe tell them about a few new features, but people are going to buy it regardless. Heck, I even get a new one every other year. Hey Siri, what's the best phone?
The one you're holding.
Now, branding doesn't happen overnight, but as the old saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. All of this starts with brand strategy, to know how to define your brand and how to position your brand. From this, we can better know how to communicate your brand through brand messaging, as well as know how to present yourself through brand aesthetics. Yes, even with a logo design. If you're interested, I'd be happy to offer my services for free for a 30-minute brand review. So I'll share exactly what you're doing well in your branding and marketing, as well as offer advice for what you could be doing better. You can schedule your free brand review at 19pro.com or click the link in the description below. Well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure and comment below your biggest takeaway and what you learned about branding. If you like this video, be sure and hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button to get more content for business, marketing, and design. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.